saying this, like, I remember being on tour, doing jobs, doing movies with certain people. I'm like, yeah, I finally get to see my son, or I finally get to see my daughter. And I'm like, oh, really? How long has it been? Oh, it's been 4 months. I'm like, whoo!
Yeah, that's such a huge
4 months,
sacrifice.
And at that time, remember, there was no FaceTime.
There was no FaceTime, okay?
I mean, and if you had a cell phone, like, you were really getting out of your way. You're paying some bills just to talk.
No,
so,
and that's the hard part.
So, I mean, that's why I'm grateful, I'm thankful for where we're at now in this age as far as just where we are as Jabbawockeez. You know, I do feel like, yes, we've been through some ups and downs where, you know, some people had to go because of, you know, personal reasons, or because, you know, like Kevin said, because, you know, they wanted to go a different direction.
Right.
You know, so we did lose a few members, but at the same time, we still stuck to our core.
Yeah.
The guys, you know, and that's a good thing, because if you stick to that, then, you know, that's always gonna stay there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think right now, where we're at this point, like, we're so, like, in tune with each other as a crew.
Beautiful.
You know, and
for sure. I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
Cool.
You know, just being somebody who's sort of from the outside coming in. You know, I really get that, and I think that is necessary, but that takes time. It's a marinating process, right?
Exactly.
You have to marinate, like, you know, especially, you know, when we were younger, it was all about, oh, it's got to happen, and it's got to happen fast. And even now, when I'm older, I'm constantly being reminded that I got to slow down. You know, stuff has to marinate, and I think that's, you know, that's what's naturally happened with the group, is that, you know, you have to marinate, and in time, you'll see that, you know, the fruit of that. And that, you know, it's like you said, which I love, that part of their show is that it's almost like an extension of each of them. So sometimes, you know, on KB, he's got Fee's on when he's dancing. This is how Fee would do it. And this is Rainan's, you know, how Rainan might do his legs. And that they have each a part of themselves in the dance, which is so beautiful when you think about it, when you put it that way. And that's what it is that some of those parts didn't necessarily belong. You know what I mean? It wasn't functioning for the bigger picture. And what I love is the fact, you know, the whole thing with the mask, it really, I mean, did you guys know what you were doing back then? Was that purpose? That's what I want to know, the whole idea behind the mask. What was that? Was that just, and don't get all fancy on me. We knew.
It's very simple.
You know?
It's very simple.
It's simple.
Okay, so go ahead, so I'm going to be quiet. So tell me, where did it come from?
Back when we came out, there was 30, 40 people, like dance crews, 30, 40 people deep. And you're trying to be like, okay, follow it. Who's this? You see this sea of people on stage. We were like, okay, number one, we don't even want people to know who it is that's actually doing this. We want people to focus more on the music.
That's fire to me when I hear that. Like, seriously?
So it really was kind of like the environment created the whole concept of the mask, because it's like, you know, don't watch me. I want you to watch this physical being, us.
Exactly.
We want you to watch this unit move to the music. We want you to enjoy.
That's emotional
the
for me,
artistic
honestly.
aspect.
That's the truth.
All the time you'd be like, oh, that person's killing it. That person, you look and everybody trying to outshine. You know, you'd be in cruising like Culture Shock, for instance, and down in San Diego. It was like, you know, you would have to audition. These a group of people, and then people would have audition to be in certain pieces. So, and then you would have to block this person. And it's like, oh man, I made it, but I'm in the back. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and we cut our numbers down. We were like, forget that. We're just gonna go A, B,
and we just all perform.
And we're all there. And we all pick a piece, and like nobody knows if we mess up. Don't nobody know we mess up, because that's a part of it. Messing up is a part of the artistic.
Are you guys falling more in love with these guys? If it's at all possible that you can do
the
this?
mask idea too. You know, one of the first things that it came off of was to cover our faces. Our boy Gary Kendall. G1, rest in peace. You know, he's one of our members that passed away. A lot older than us at the time. I think he was about
like
5 or 8 years older than us.
Yoda, right?
Yoda. And the one thing about it was, you know, he did bring up the idea with Kevin, Joe, and Phil as far as covering our faces up, kind of inspiration off of, you know, a lot of the Fresno style, Bay Area style, like, you know, Demons of the Mind, Media Circus. So I mean,
he had actually done something.
He had done something like that. Yeah. So
the clown.
So that idea got brought up. But the idea of us doing it to where nobody knew who we were, like, we didn't want to take off our masks. We didn't want nobody to know who we were. And so I remember our first performance, we actually had ski masks on. It wasn't even a white mask. It was a ski mask.
Do you
With a
guys have that?
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
Okay, I gotta
with
grab
a
that.
white hat, and when we did it, you know, we literally changed. We didn't even have a dressing room. They asked us if we wanted a dressing room. No, we don't want a dressing room.
So we don't want nobody
to know. We changed in the bathroom and like all the way in the back. We came out. The people were like, "Who the heck are these guys?" You know. And we didn't say nothing. We did a performance. We went back to the bathroom, changed, sat back down. People are like, and then imagine them talking like he performed. Hey man, you see these guys? Jabbawockeez are freaking tight, dude.
Or I would just hear. They didn't even know. They thought
didn't know it was you.
They thought we were like a Japanese crew.
Yeah.
International crew.
Yeah.
Like, yo, those Japanese guys is bad.
Those guys from Japan.
Yeah.
I knew you guys this whole time as guys. I mean, years ago when you first.
When we first came out.
Yeah.
Everybody said that, and then when we first did that ski mask, the next year after that we changed it to silver mask because it's kind of hard to breathe in the ski mask. But the silver mask only covers this much of your face. Yeah. So all of this is showing.
Right.
And so we changed that, and the white mask just stuck.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
white mask was
just
the one
stuck.
that was like, that's it.
Yeah.
So now let me ask you questions. So do you guys talk about because now Jabbawockeez has grown the way it has, that you guys are doing it in the most sexy way, where you can really have your show, and the show is still going on, Prism.
Yep.
And you guys are off here making other deals, and it can potentially have quite a few.
Yeah.
And by the way, now, mind you guys, I know these fellas. I feel like I know their style and their body frames at this point, right? And so I'm watching the show, and I'm like, okay, that's feet right there. Nah, that could be raining though. I'm watching the show, and I'm like, trying to pick you guys out. And the show is so tight. Nothing has been sacrificed. So the work that they have done in terms of casting, the dancers that continue, you don't feel like you have anything short of the originals.
That's awesome.
Okay?
That's
awesome. That is awesome,
good to
right?
hear, yeah.
Because
really
y'all could have been like, oh, we big time now,
Oh, no.
we'll just get some dancers, and the show could have suffered, right?
Yeah,
because
right.
you guys are like, big headed, and you're like, yeah, we'll catch, he could pop lock, he got it, we do it. Look at what I did. That's just we'll erase that. But anyway.
Seriously though.
But you didn't sacrifice the show so that when it doesn't matter who's there, so it works with what you guys are saying, that it shouldn't be about who it is.
It's about the mask. It's about the character.
Yeah. No, but it's also about the dance.
The
right?
dance, yes, absolutely.
Right, like
Yes,
the dance
yes,
is
yes.
sacrifice. So you can bless other people in other cities to still be seeing the Jabbawockeez.
At the same time.
At the same. How sexy is that? Is that insane?
Yeah.
And so do you guys ever talk about that though sometimes? Like how crazy that is that we thought about these masks, because look at what we're able to do.
Every
day.
single time
Every day.
we
Is
say,
that right?
Every time we gotta be in two places at one time, we're like, man, we love this mask.
Okay.
But I think one of the things that we started to really focus on is training
Yes.
our dancers. It's
Absolutely.
not just about putting on a mask and go dance.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's really about and that's something that we've all been entitled to doing, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, can we talk about that? Like the process for the because I know it's intense now. You guys even have you brought in somebody who works with the other dancers in terms of capturing the emotions.
Yeah.
So can you break down what that looks like? Rehearsals for the dancer and the commitment that you have to keep the bar raised.
The product.
Yeah, we do. We've
Right.
actually come up with this program within here.
Yeah.
I guess you could say kind of an inspiration off of, in a sense, what Blue Man Group does to train people, even Cirque du Soleil. We kind of mixed it all together, made it Jabbified it, made it our own thing.
Our venture.
That's right.
We don't necessarily exactly know how they do it, but we took some cues on how they
Some cues,
replicate.
exactly.
Yeah.
You call it, don't you call it like kaboom practice or
Yeah,
something like that?
Yeah. And the way that it works out is, we do this thing first off, where it's kaboom training, and it's based off of an old group that Kevin, Joe, and Phil used to be a part of in Sacramento called Kaboom Squad.
We brought the name back.
Yeah, we brought the name back, and the main thing is it helps all of our dancers to train on character, to train on technique as far as choreography and how we dance as Jabbawockeez, the type of style that we do, and it also trains them on dynamics, meaning helping them out with their fitness, helping them out with staying in shape. And through all of this, it ends up going into their rehearsal process, which is what me and Fee handle. And when we handle the rehearsal process, it pretty much goes into our show, which is Prism. and the main character, and that goes up off of the training. They also have something that's called walkers, and what the walkers is pretty much another sense of training where they actually take whatever they learn, go in the costume, go around the strip, and really work out their character.
It's more or less our street team, but it's
Wow.
really giving them the opportunity to interact with people
On
as
the
this
real.
Jabbawockeez
As
character,
character,
because
what
that's
it
going to
is.
translate on the stage.
Like a Jabberwocky,
You guys
is
are
a
the
guy in mask.
truth.
Yeah,
You
it's not
guys
just a
are
dancer
the
in a mask.
truth.
It's a character, you know, like the
Yeah.
Jabberwocky in itself. It's bigger than all of us as dancers. It's how we look at it, and we know at a certain point, you know, we're gonna get older and not be able to do this.
We are getting older.
We are
That's the
getting
thing.
older.
There is that. There is
What was
that.
that thing you said? We're older, but we're not old.
Yeah.
I like
We're
that.
older, but we ain't old.
But,
Yeah.
you know, don't get it twisted.
My
That's
man
right.
just went to Red Bull BC1 and battled still.
What? That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
so
That's
don't
right,
get it
that's
twisted,
right.
kids.
Don't get
Don't
it
get it
twisted.
twisted.
Don't
You can
get-
nay all day, but we still in here battling.
That's right. To the end, right?
Exactly.
That's what I say. To the end.
Yes.
But so through this program, it's not like, you know, we just, all right, you guys train them, you know, you guys do your own training. It's really, you know, hands-on.
Yeah.
We do everything's so hands-on in what we do because we want to make sure the integrity and the creativity, everything that what it installs to be a Jabberwocky is still there. You know what I mean?
It's in our best interest to make sure that our product stays at top level. You know, it has to be that way because, you know, otherwise people are going to be like, oh man, that ain't really the